Yo, what's going on, people? I hope all of you are doing well out there. My name is Aaron and welcome to UX Crypto. I hope all of you are good in the house. So how's everyone doing out there today? All right, so I can see a couple of comments from you guys. So you've got Armzilla. Where have you been? I don't know, bro. Where you been? I've been here for a bit. So every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday, I'm streaming, man. So yeah, man, try and catch up with me sometimes, man. But anyway, I hope all of you are doing well, but I'm going to show you something really cool today. All right, so I think I have found a gem. All right, but no one has even talked about. I've been looking on YouTube, no one's mentioned this one, but this is very, very interesting. Okay, so just before I reveal it to you and all that, right, I'm just going to give you the narrative to why you want to care about this. And yeah, you read it from the title. Okay, Blackrock. Okay, so maybe I found something pretty cool. So let's quickly just share this to you, right, to why you should give a damn about something. All right, so this real quick.
Let me be clear. I think ETFs are step one in the technological revolution in the financial markets. Step two is going to be the tokenization of every financial asset.
Okay, so you know he said that, right? Okay, so my thing would be, okay, so why are you going to care about RWA? And if you don't know who this guy is, he is the CEO of Blackrock. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly sort my screen out so I can share the coin with you real quick. Okay, so now I'm ready, and the coin is Ondo right there. So maybe it's Ondo, or something like that. But either way, it's a new coin, right? And I don't know if anyone else has shown you this or showed this to you yet, but yeah, it's only been out since the 18th of Jan. So very, very new. And you can see it's kind of dumping already, but obviously a bit kind of ridiculous at 304 million. All right. So obviously quite a high market cap. So it's like a mid cap already. But I'll show you why you should pay attention to this project. This might just be the start for this project. I'll give you price predictions on this as well. So yeah, maybe I'm showing you something new. Okay, but just before, so I obviously showed you the video, but BlackRock, Larry Fink says that Bitcoin ETF are just the first steps. And obviously that has happened now. And these guys, they're bullish on RWA, so tokenizing finance. And this play right here, right, might be the secret key to what they're not showing you. Okay, so here you go. All right, so Ondo right here. So institutional grade finance now on chain. Okay, and obviously I can bore you with like going down this, which I will in a second. But why I want to show you this is look, okay, high quality asset managers, BlackRock, okay, and PIMCO, and yes, I think I found something quite interesting. What nobody has literally looked at. Maybe they have, but I feel like I'm the first. But yeah, our funds right here. So they're multi-million-dollar high liquid exchange trading funds managed by the world's premise bond managers. So this is all about bonds, right? BlackRock right here is there. And you can see some other really good points here. So you know, regulated service providers, they've got regulated service providers, third-party auditing security by QuantStamp and a couple of other ones as well. And yeah, look, experienced leadership by Goldman Sachs, all right, and Maker, and obviously I'm not sure about some of these Bridgewater, but yes, I have done all the deep dive for you, so you don't have to. So yeah, it's quite an interesting one, right? So yeah, but yeah, so someone said here like you know, how's that going to be 100x? I'll show you. Okay, don't worry, I will show you. I'm going to do different scenarios for this. Okay, so near the end, to stay around, I'll show you how this could be an 100x. Okay, but it is a I don't know if it's a risky play. It's for a high cap or whatever, but it is you know, hard to get to 100. But I will show you. Okay. All right. So we are going to go in a little bit more into this. Okay. So first of all, let's just go into the team, right? So if I'm going to get into that, we're going to go into the about section real quick, and then I'll show you some cool stuff. So here you go, institutional grade finance on chain for everyone right here. And you can see, obviously they've got quite a lot of different team members, but don't worry, I've dug around and found you the main people who you should care about. So it is the president and COO right here, and this guy Nathan, and he's the founder and CEO. Okay, so let me show you them. Okay, so Nathan Allman right here. Okay, and you can see his experience, and yes, he has experience in digital assets for Goldman Sachs. All right. So, yes, this is the Wall Street boys coming to town trying to get into crypto, right? So, you've got Goldman Sachs right here, global markets and GS Accelerate. So, basically, he's got experience with digital assets with them. And if you guys don't know, these guys have been trying to get into this market for a long time. And this is one of their power plays that it seems to be going for, right? So, that is this founder and CEO. But what about Justin? Okay, so Justin's the president and COO of Ondo Finance. And yes, look, we also have head of digital asset markets at Goldman Sachs, all right, and Telos as well. So as you can see, this is all linking in now. And these guys also had quite a good background. So it's not him, it's the other guy, sorry. He is a Stanford University grad as well. And you can see a lot of their team is actually from Stanford. So yes, some good background there, right? And I think this guy as well, he's an advisor, and he's actually the CPO, so the chief product officer. And you can see, look, Stanford again. All right. So team is strong, right? And obviously you can see where this is basically like a Wall Street coin, right? You could say, right? These guys trying to get into it, and obviously Blackrock being behind them there. So yeah, quite interesting, right? So partners is the other bit I will be looking at as well. So obviously partners is ridiculous, right? Blackrock. So yeah, I don't know if you've seen them partner with anyone else, but or small coins or anything like that, but this seems to be it, man. This seems to be the one what they are going with. And obviously the user case for it is very much tokenizing the stock market and all that stuff, but bonds, right? So yeah, and in terms of that, so you know, the next place is idea. So obviously an idea wise, it's a massive idea, tokenizing bonds, right? And obviously the bond market is massive. Also BlackRock behind this, basically, right? You can see that is a ridiculously strong idea from them. Whether it's a crypto friendly idea is a whole other story, right? But obviously it's a big idea. But yeah, and then next part, obviously I'm going to look at is going to be the website, right? So website wise, it's okay. It's not a bad website, but obviously it's showing you the user case for it. So institutional grade finance on chain. Okay, so you've got basically you can earn an APY from your stable coins or your cryptos, right? And you can see it's integrated with different chains here as well. And yeah, you can get an APY, which is obviously like what normal DeFi happens. So it's basically DeFi, but on this chain, but BlackRock behind it. So yeah, and then backed by the best. So you've got Coinbase backing them as well, and different funds. So some good signs there. And yeah, and obviously just going down, I think this website's all right. I mean, there's a couple of things I would kind of think about changing, but I'll just go in a little bit more so you can see more. So for example, this is Flux. So this is actually how you would do your staking and all this stuff. But you can see that, so you lend stable coins, receive stables, and use F tables for DeFi. So that's how they're doing it. So, you know, you never heard this saying, and it's like, oh, when the boat goes, the Wall Street will bring the boat back. This is basically them, right? So they're bringing DeFi back, and this is basically them trying to take advantage of it because they missed it. And yeah, and obviously they're going to try and push this themselves, right? So yeah, quite interesting. It shows you, like, you know, different ways that you can get into this. So obviously MetaMask, Coinbase wallet, it's highly integrated with Coinbase being an investor, right? Fireblocks, Ledger. Yeah, so they're integrated a couple of different things here. And yeah, it seems like they've got the DAI token. Why do I keep forgetting this one? The CUSD, right? So yeah, they've got some good integrations on this already. But in terms of the site, like, you know, going back to that, this opens out to another page, and this branding looks a bit different to this branding right here. So obviously you've got the logos looking a little bit similar, like this logo, and then the F1 here. So you've got that type of tie-in, but obviously I suppose this is a little different. But this is more of the application layer, you could say, and that's just like the website, right? But yeah, and this is this, right? So you can see that here. And yeah, overall it's just all right, it's like, but yeah, product wise, this is more the product, right? So but yeah, overall as a product, I think it's okay, right? Like, as in, they are basically making, it's nothing new, right? Obviously we've been in DeFi for a while, and we've seen DeFi products and all this other stuff, but yeah, it's just their take on it. So where it is strong is obviously the partners and the team on that side of things, and you could say the idea. And yeah, this could obviously come into the whole product side. But yeah, this looks pretty decent as a product, and then you can see what you can actually do. And so obviously being able to borrow and lend. So very much like Maker, a little bit like MakerDAO and all that stuff. So yeah, you can see, look, all of the different stables right here to be able to get an ROI on. Okay. But yeah, socials now, we're going to go there. Okay. So yeah, pretty decent actually. So for example, when I was looking at this, you got Ondo 150,000 followers already. Okay. So they joined 2021. So they've obviously been trying to plan this in the background. And Pantera Capital backed by, right, Coinbase. So showing you some cool stuff there. Got a partnership with Solana already. Okay, so it's big. It's probably understandable why it might be a big cap already. But yeah, and then some generic stuff like interactions, 71 comments, 172k. So I think it's legit. But yeah, so and then also there's two sides of this. So you've got Ondo Finance, and you also have the application layer, which is the Flux Finance, and they have less followers. So 50k followers basically. Lark Davis seems to follow them as well. So you've got some crypto people inside of this as well who understand and know about it. And yeah, some fairly all right interaction. Okay, so the next place I want to go is going to be like a coin utility, and not just the utility, like some of the stuff which is a bit more about the project. Okay, so just to give you a bit more of an overview. So just to give you some fact checking as well. So this is an article from Medium, and it's talking about Blackrock and Ondo. So you can see that's legit. But white paper, where's my white paper gone for this? I did have this up. Is it here? Nope. Okay, here. So this is actually a fork, right? So the protocol is a fork of Compound V2. Okay, so Compound. So yeah, stuff to note, it's a fork of that. And also, okay, this is quite heavily centralized. So they have a DAO. So basically, if you have a little read of this, so the Ondo team believes that setting the token distribution should be how am I trying to say here? Iteratively affect in collaboration in the community. With this in mind, the majority of tokens will be held by Ondo's DAO itself. Okay, the team and the community can experiment with multiple distribution mechanisms, sales, airdrops, liquidity mining, blah blah blah, right? And obviously you can actually see it's quite heavily centralized. But why would you expect anything less from something run by BlackRock? Right, obviously they want to own it all, right? So yeah, it doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised, not surprised when I read this at all. So yeah, but then in terms of looking at this a little bit more detail, you can see a bit more about this. So you can see the fundraising for this, and you can actually see the different private rounds they have done. So they've got quite a bit of money in this. So 4 million seed round, 20 million in the Series A, 3 million, 5 million, and then something's going on with Bybit, it seems. But or maybe that's just a promotion, not sure. But anyway, here you go. Here is Digital Currency Group. They are a part of it. Pantera Capital. You can actually see QuantStamp as well invested. Coinbase Ventures, and as you know, is it the ETFs are basically backed as well, not backed, but run by Coinbase as well. So you can see where all this is lining up. BlackRock in here, Coinbase. It's all making sense, right? So yeah, and you can see the vesting schedule right here. So just let me go show you down here. So one thing is kind of interesting about this is obviously when things do start unlocking, it's going to be around January 2025. So yeah, they've got that. It says 0. What is private sale protocol development? So maybe that's not sure why it's 0, but yeah, something's unlocking there. But yeah, obviously the rest of the tokens are going to be unlocking throughout the years, 24% there. But yeah, so stuff to think about, okay? Stuff to think about. So just before I show you a projection for this and where I think it potentially could go, let's just see what you guys are saying in the chat real quick. So yeah. Yeah, 30 billion market cap, not 30 billion market, it's 300 million. Okay, so yeah, that's something to think about. So you said it's not a hard fork, but it says on there it is from Compound. So I don't know. As in, let's have a look what else she's saying. Shiba Inu went to 50 billion last cycle, but don't know this crypto yet. Yeah, well, I mean, look, Shiba Inu also controlled by a lot of big whales, and obviously totally different user case. But yeah, and Armzilli is saying ETH is below 2,200. Fair play, fair play. Everything's dumping right now, so yeah, some stuff to think about, right? I suppose this is the time to maybe look at cheap things for prices if you're looking to get into them. Lots of coins obviously went absolutely crazy the last year, I'd say. And obviously people feel like they got the FOMO and all that, and now prices are lower. The question is, are you going to pull them triggers now? All right. This is where the fortune favors the brave, right? I'm not to say that you're going to catch the bottom right now or anything like that. But, if you've got some cash on the sidelines or you're looking to get into projects that you always heard about, this is where you should be paying attention. And unfortunately, a lot of people probably won't pay attention. So it's just, you've got to take risks on these type of moments, and it is what it is. But anyway, let's talk a bit more about this, right? So let's give you the price projections to why this could do absolutely ridiculous, but also we're going to be conservative at the same time. So let's give you the first one real quick. All right. So here we go. Okay. So target one for me, okay, is Maker. Okay. So why Maker? And if you were to get to Maker at its current moment, let me quickly show you. I'm trying to jump ahead on this. So Maker's market cap right now is 750 million. We'll go around about that, right? So that is the current market cap of Maker, right? And the user case of Maker is lending, right? So borrowing, lending, all that other stuff, right? So that is why I'm using Maker as that example. And yes, as I've already shown you, a 6x could be possible if you got to Maker, okay? But the argument is this, okay? We in crypto, obviously, we are a niche community in terms of the financial world. Like we're quite small in compared to the big financial world, right? So when we compare these statistics or whatever, the market caps is based on crypto on past history, right? So that's right now. But what if we was to get to market cap of Maker at all-time high? So all-time high, Maker got to around about 6 billion, right? As you can see right there. So what if we got to 6 billion? What could we get out of this project? So we could get a 19x, okay? So that could be a 19x if we was to get the all-time high of Maker, all right? So at the moment you're thinking, well, you lied to me on the thumbnail. No, I didn't. I'll show you why, okay? I've got another reason behind this, right? But either way, 19x is pretty cool, right? And obviously, in terms of fundamentals, right? We've got Blackrock. We've got people who are on a madness when it comes to their team as well, right? Good track history. And obviously the narrative is RWA, and this narrative seems to be basically taken up by institutions who want to get into it, right? So yeah. Okay, so all of that said, let me go back into why I think you should pay attention to this, all right? So this is the reason right here. So BlackRock, and we know they're a partner, right? So what do they have, right? So for example, it is the world's largest asset manager with 9.42 trillion in assets as of June 2023, right? Obviously, I'm not going to go here, okay? This is ridiculous. I'm not going to think that Bitcoin's going to get this, all right? That would be stupid, right? But what I think could do or could happen, right, is what if we was to just get 0.01, okay, of this, right? What would that be, okay? 0.01. Am I asking too much to get 0.01? I mean, I don't think so, okay? So with that said, let's get into this again, all right? So 0.01, okay, right here, let me just zoom in, of BlackRock's capital would be a 31x, and that would be a 9.4 billion inside of this coin, right? And you still think that I'm obviously like, oh, clickbaited you, right? To be like, okay, he's only a 31x, right? Obviously not including dilution of that stuff, right? But, that's just 0.01, okay? But what if we went to 1% of the capital right here, all right? So 9.42 trillion. What if we went to 1% just going into crypto, all right? And this is what was the off ramps, on ramps, right, to that money. Then okay, let's go, all right? Here you go, all right? 1% of that capital would be, and this is 94 billion, right? 313x. So you think I clickbaited you now? I didn't even clickbait you enough. I could have put 300x, all right? So there you go, man. And that's 1%, okay? Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen. Is this really going to be the on-ramps for them? As in, obviously, it does have Blackrock as a main partnership and funder, and it's in the narrative of what as it Larry Fink was saying, okay? So, quite interesting stuff. But here you go. Here's the targets, all right? So we've got a couple of different cool targets right there. So, yes, and the potential could happen, right? But let's go back to the chart and I'll show you a bit more of what I'm kind of thinking with this project, okay? So, obviously, it has recently come out, okay? So, my thing is, they are heavily centralized, as I showed you already. They're going to probably take profits. They're probably going to dump it, right? Because they just want to make a lot of money, right? And what we're going to see is probably a dump. That's my opinion. I might be wrong. Maybe this is going to moon all the way up. But seeing as obviously we're seeing BlackRock and all these other people who are controlling ETFs, they're dumping as well. They'll probably dump this, right? And then when it does dump out and bottom out, that could be the prime time, right, to be looking at this. And obviously at the moment, you might be having a 300 million market cap, which is obviously a mid cap, which is quite high. But we might see that reduce a lot further, right? So that would be my way I would play this, all right? Obviously, I think it's very interesting, but I'm going to be holding out on this one, right? So, yeah, that's kind of the way I see it. But, yeah, what do you guys think about it? Let's have a little look. So, okay, MetaStrike mainnet's launched today. Oh, nice, man. That's pretty cool. It's a bit of a shame it's in a downtrend right now, isn't it? As in terms of all the market. I mean, if this was like a couple of weeks ago, then oh my god, yeah. But yeah, no, it's very cool. And I did notice that I think Crypto Gains talked about it as well. So just know that we was ahead of everyone with that one. So yeah, pretty cool, right? I'm sure other people might have spoke about it, but yeah, it's all about trying to find gems and diamonds in the rough on this channel, right? So yeah, but other stuff to talk about. So obviously, I hope you liked this gem. Obviously, I don't know if anyone else has shown you this stuff, but yes, other stuff. What is going on in the market is kind of crazy. Okay, so Animoca Brands has had a little bit of a slip up recently. Okay, so let's quickly show you that. One sec. Okay, so Animoca Brands. If you don't know who they are, okay, let me quickly show you. So this is Animoca Brands, right? It's one of the actual biggest investors inside of crypto, okay? And yeah, Animoca Brands have seen this around. They've done a lot of partnerships with a lot of people. They're also behind Sandbox. They've got a lot of different things going on, okay? Loads of products that they're invested into in crypto world. Obviously, they're betting big inside of crypto. They have loads of different products. They have, blockchain projects. They have primary projects as well. We have quite a lot of big companies like Power Rangers, I think, Need for Speed, big companies, right? So my thing is, okay, what's been going on? What is this FUD I'm going to tell you about? All right. So this is the FUD. Okay. So Game. All right. I'm actually quite bullish on Game, but they have had a hack, which is absolutely crazy. All right. So yeah, Game has been hacked. So we regret to inform the community that there has been a security incident involving the Game token as the pre-opposite measures. We advise all users to refrain from engaging with the game until further notice. Our team is actively investigating. So this happened yesterday night. So yeah, pretty crazy. And obviously you can see that in price reflection now, right? So basically, to summarize this, because I've been looking at it, someone has basically got into Animoca Brands wallet and managed to get access to the Game token, and they took around 2 million. So pretty crazy. Now looking to obviously try and fix this. So I'm hoping that they do fix it, because it is a great project, and it would be a massive shame if this just goes down the pan. And obviously, if you are invested, let me know. I'm invested in this as well. Obviously, I don't invest major sums into things where it would really kill my portfolio or anything, but yeah, it's still a bit of a shame, right? So I'm looking to see if this is going to come back, right? And if you're a real risk taker, then you could be aping in at these prices, right? That's if you're a real risk taker. So yeah, it's up to you guys, what you want to do right there. But yeah, so other things like you might think, oh my God, it's the end of the road. But, you know, I showed you a project called Rightstream the other day. And obviously they had a hack, right? And then it came straight back up, right? So I'll just quickly show you this on the chart, just so like to give you a bit of hope, baby, right? If this loads to me, 1 sec. Okay, so look, these guys had a hack as well, right? So I think it was, where was it? I think it might have been here, right? So literally right here. So everything was going well, then they had a hack, and then it basically they sorted it out, and then it went back up and it's doing its thing. And also, by the way, okay, by the way, actually, was it here? I can't even remember where it was, but anyway, that did happen. But my thing is, right, I'd said to you guys, you wait to buy, right? That's what I said, because we was here when I talked about it, right? And it was going crazy, and we got to nearly 7 million market cap, and look what's happened, right? It's gone down. Okay, so my thing is, yes, you could wait to buy, right? Prices are going down right now on a lot of coins, as you guys mentioned as well. So it's just about being patient and, you know, yeah, being ready for these bags that you want, right? You don't have to like buy as soon as you hear about them. Like obviously when you hear about them, there's going to be hype around them. So the thing is to try and not jump in when, you know, prices are all-time highs. So yeah, that's kind of what I would suggest, man. What I would suggest. So let's see what else you guys are saying real quick. And yeah, so we've got lending money with rent, just like the banks. Yeah, exactly. So this is the thing. These guys, let's be real, they are trying to win over crypto. They're trying to take over crypto. So you can see that with a lot of countries now. They're putting all these regulations in all the time. Like they're trying to like stifle crypto so they can own it, right? And this is kind of the play, I would say. So when you look at Ondo, right? When you look at the coin, that is kind of what they're trying to do with this project, right? So, you know, it might be of interest. Obviously, it's a highly centralized coin. If you really care about crypto, like, you know, decentralization, you would maybe not be so bullish on this side of things, right? But at the same time, we're here to make money. So, you know, it might be something worth considering. So, yeah. And then we've got, yeah, Farcana was listed on Bybit today, UX. Okay, Farcana. I can check that out in a second, actually. Why not we have a little look real quick to see what is Farcana. I haven't heard of Farcana, so maybe I can check it out. 1 second. Farcana. Was it a game? Is it? I'll just have a look. Just Google Farcana, see what comes up. Farcana. Is this it? Okay, yeah, this is quite cool. Let's have a look. Yes, third-person hero shooter. Cool. A game. Nice. Fight for. Okay, nice. Yeah. This is cool. So this was listed today, was it? So my advice, right, would be for this stuff, obviously not financial advice at all, right? But I would wait. Same way I've just showed you that other coin, which is new. I would wait for hype to die down. Obviously, this market is hot as well in terms of downwards, hot in terms of down. So yeah, but this looks cool, man. This does look like a really cool project. So maybe I'll add this to my list. If you guys are on Patreon, you can get the scores that I give all these projects, and also, you know, the link is down in the description to see the score that I actually gave. Well, Rightstream as well as Ondo, and this probably as well. All right. So when I get around to it, but I like the site. It's a nice site, man. Thanks for sharing this one. Thanks for sharing it. So is Cat a legit project? I know everything is going down, but they went down quite a lot. Let's have a look. Why don't have a look at what Cat is doing? Okay. So yeah, let's have a look. Cat coin. I'm sorry, well, I spelled wrong. Need to get this so it's precise. That's Doge chain. No, we want Cat coin. Let's just get on to a exchange real quick. Coin market cap. And then we can go in and see. All right. Cat. Cyber Arena. Cool. All right. So 850,000. All right. And let's have a little look. So it's only gone down by 2%, man. That's not a lot, man. But let's have a little look at the chart. So, well, this looks normal, like a normal crypto chart, man. This, I would say, looks very much like a normal crypto chart. Okay. So I would say, look, at the moment, like we haven't hit like here, for example. So if we was to get to a price or anything below 0.00058, right, or even lower, right? Maybe 5.0, right? Then you could say this is done for, maybe, right? But at the moment, it's technically a lower high, like basically all these crypto charts. So I suppose if you think the product is great and all that stuff, right, then yeah, you could obviously potentially get back into this, or it's up to you, right? It all depends on, you know, how much conviction you have on this one, right? For me, I think it's okay. I do actually hold some of this, by the way, as in but I wouldn't put this as like my top 20 coins or anything. I own a lot of coins, right? But I mean, I still own it and I'm placing bets on it. Obviously, there's red flags and there's a whole bunch of different projects. You could say this has some red flags as well. So yeah, I wouldn't say this is like my top 20 coins or anything like that. But yeah, it's still potentially a good project, and might have some legs. Obviously, the narrative of this is, you know, got like Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg and VR and all this other stuff. They got there's a VR play, right? So if you were to go down that road, we've got a couple catalysts, right? Elon Musk, obviously, right? If he does anything with Mark Zuckerberg and then comes for him, this will pump, right? Also, obviously, anytime he's tweeting about stuff like this, then yeah, all right. And also metaverse play, right? You could say it's a metaverse play. Anything in VR, also, right? This could have a couple catalysts with that. So that's what I would point out to you. Yeah, it just is what it is. But people obviously saying here, like, oh, the team has dumped their bags on Mexi going to RIP. Maybe, but I mean, this is crypto. Just remember this, right? So all I can say to you guys, right, is if this is your first cycle and now you're seeing the dump, right? Now you're starting to see the dump. You are going to start seeing things crash, and all those hype plays that everyone's hyping, the reality will sink in, and all you are going to be left with is fundamentals, right? So obviously with this does have Cyber Arena does have fundamentals, but this is why I stress to you guys to literally focus on getting the best coins fundamentally, because they have to stay around, right? Obviously there's loads of other people who would just say, oh, it's all narrative, it's all narrative. It is narrative, but also fundamentals play into narrative, right? And when the hype goes, when there is no one around, there's probably going to be loads of people who just log off of crypto now because, oh, like the price has gone down. We might see prices down for like maybe the next year or a couple months or something like that. And that is what is going to basically sift out the men from the boys, right? And the people who stayed and bought around the lower prices were going to be rewarded. This happened to me many a times in many a cycles. This time around as well, I was buying at like 16K Bitcoin and all that. When no one cared, when I would talk about crypto in the Web2 world, people will laugh you out of the room, right? But guess what? Who cares? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm laughing now and they're not. So who cares? Basically, that's the way I see it. So yeah, if you have convictions on Cyber Arena, for example, then just stay with your convictions, man. You had convictions in the first place, and you know, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Okay, you gotta kind of huddle through this whole thing. And like I've told you guys before, let's just go to Bitcoin real quick, and I'll show you, you know, the whole cycles to why we need to get our mindset into that. Okay, like long-term thinking, not just aping into things. Okay, so look, you already know that we need to be around for this to happen. Okay, so this is 2017 top, right? We need it to be around for this, all right? And we need to be around for these tops, right? We're not even close to that, right? So, you know, everyone's panicking right now. But realistically, I'll show you where we were in this type of, on this market, right? So obviously we're here and we're dropping, okay? This was this area right here in the last cycle. We went up, didn't reach all-time high, got a drop, as you can see. And yeah, that's what happened. And that happened for a while, right? So that happened like, what is this year? So this is June 19, right? And then that carried on all the way till basically a year, okay? So like I said to you, a year, all right, or maybe not doing so amazing, all right? That's a possibility. But the thing is, if you believe in crypto and you're in this space, then yeah, man, you got to stay around for this stuff, man. You got to be DCAing at these points, right? So it's just the way it goes. And obviously altcoins you're going to see a flat line for a long time, and it's all about DCAing until you get basically the blow off top from Bitcoin, and all that money is going to flow in. So yeah, man. But yeah, also let's just go back a bit as well to the cycle previous one to that. You can see the exact same thing happened previously as well. So you can see, look, this is exactly what, well, actually this one just carried on going parabolic, right? So you had your all-time high back then, and then, you know, consolidated for a long time, and then it got to all-time high. So yeah, but it was a gradual thing, right? It was very, very gradual. So that's what I'm trying to say. This stuff takes time, and you got to hold these bags for a while, right? So yeah, but what else are you guys saying? Let's have a little look and see if you've got any questions that I've missed from you guys. He's like, bro, we're dipping. Yeah, man, we're dipping, but that's cool. Like, it is what it is, you know. You just got to be around here. Just, it is what it is, you know. If you got cash on the sidelines, just be ready for it, man. Just be ready. Okay. You got UX. What are your top 5 picks for this dip to buy? Good question, man. I've got a couple I'm lining up, man. I've got a couple I'm lining up. So I'm not gonna obviously tell you guys, right? You've got to join my Patreon if you're actually going to see what I buy, right? So, you know, join the Patreon and you can find out, all right? But yeah, I've got some interesting ones for sure. And obviously there's stuff I've had my eye on, and this is what I do. I hold a list. I've got a massive cheat sheet, as you guys know, right? And there's things that are scoring really high in there. And all the ones that I'm looking at are scoring very high in terms of fundamentally. So that's what you should know. And if you want to know what that is, then join the Patreon, man. Join the Patreon. And yeah, talking about the Patreon, maybe it's time to just chill it a little bit, because maybe you guys need a little bit of encouragement to get to good fundamentals, right? Because maybe these are the times where you're losing faith in projects because you're realizing they was all hype, right? There was nothing behind them and they're dipping to nowhere, right? So maybe it's a good time to actually show you what you could get, all right? So let's do that real quick. So where the hell is that gone? All right, so Patreon right here, if you want to join it, only 8 spaces remaining now. And yeah, invest with fundamental research, okay, at your fingertips, and you can get the Moneyball cheat sheet. And yeah, obviously I'm a lot cheaper than a lot of these other people out here. So, you know, before everyone complains and all this other stuff, I'm way cheaper than everyone. So, and you're getting a cheat sheet and you're getting all this stuff like buy alerts, sell alerts are coming, right? So if you know me as a person, right, or obviously I hope you know me now from obviously all these videos I do and all that, like I'm only going to show you something which I think is good, right? So, and if I think it's bad, I might show you something, but I'll tell you I think it's bad, right? So my thing is, when I'm doing sell signals, I am working on something which is like the ultimate sell signal package, right? And this is going to be part of the business class tier upwards as well. And when that drops, you guys are going to be in for a shock, and all these Patreons are going to know when the hell to get out, okay? So yes, it is one for you shouldn't miss. Okay. So yes, I'm working on that. So all you Patreons, just letting you know as well, I am working on that in the background. So you can expect that. And yes, obviously, if you join, you can track my portfolio. You get my buy signals when I'm buying. So if you wanted to find out what I was buying, then this is where you need to be. And obviously, yes, all the stuff which I potentially will be buying will be in the cheat sheet. So pretty cool, pretty cool. But yes, if you want a little preview of this, so this is the cheat sheet, and there's a whole bunch of coins you can see here, right? And obviously, I'm just showing you some. This is just general information, so don't worry, I'm not sharing anything crazy. But if I was to slide right now, then there's a whole bunch of coins and scores and all this other stuff that, you know, and you can see at the bottom with all the categories. So if you was to just go down here real quick, so you can see what you get. You got all the rules, you got to be reviewed. So this is all the coins which I'm looking at, and you know, a lot of people, these are coins that have potential, right? Some are not out yet, some are. So very, very cool. You got top 20 new coins, so new to the cycle. You got top 20 older coins as well. This is like everything all together, right? And then you got AI, gaming, BTC scaling, a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna bore you with this stuff because I've probably shown you a million times. But yes, just letting you know, fundamentals are key in this market. All right. So yeah. Yeah, what else have we got? Yes, so I think my time is running out with you guys, but yeah, I just wanted to talk and show you obviously the coin that I found, and also, you know, Animoca Brands and the stuff, the turmoil, what's going on there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that all goes all right for us and we're not, you know, in a bad situation with that one, right? So yeah, if you have not liked the video, then like it, okay? If you haven't left a comment, then let me know what you're thinking. This is a community at the end of the day. We're all trying to help each other. And yes, I understand we're seeing a lot of red right now. And that's fine, because at the end of the day, right, we're here to look for opportunities. We're looking for lower prices. I don't really like buying things high. I don't know if you guys do. So for me, don't worry, you know, we've got to look at the bigger picture. I'm looking at it as like the next probably just under 2 years, I've got to be in this market, right? And if you're on this long term, so do you, okay? So that is what I would say to you guys, my little non-financial advice to you. So don't worry about it. Don't sweat. It's all good, right? Just accumulate, keep doing what you're doing in terms of if you're making money, you're not making money, like, just try and accumulate as much as you can for the top. All right. And yeah, subscribe if you're new, and you can either press this gold one or you can press this red one. But if not, yeah, and the link is in the description for the Patreon, so definitely check that out. You can also sign up for free, and you can actually see some of the stuff I'm adding. I'm adding coins every single day, apart from the weekends I'm off. But yeah, other than that, all the time. So yeah, pretty cool stuff going on. But if I do not see you guys, though, I hope all of you do well out there and don't sweat anything. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the top. Peace.